Hey there, Sanko, everybody. Welcome back for another amazing video. So this video is specifically about how I am able to save money and invest forward. And honestly has shown great success for me as of up to now. Alhamdulillah, I've been able to, pay off loans really quickly when I graduated from university. Actually, I graduated without loans right off the bat. And then from there on, I've been able to save so much money and push it forward towards a certain asset class. So without any further ado, let's get this video started. Now, there's many different tools that I use, to make more disposable income for myself. But one of the major ones is not splurging on things that are not needed. Now, I can talk about budget creations and everything else, but there's no point of me talking about that if you're the type of person that doesn't have control over their hands and spending and the finances. A person who doesn't have control over his tongue is someone who is going to destroy themselves because of the things that they say, and no one's going to trust them, and they're not going to be a valuable person to anybody else. So thus, they're looked down upon. But someone who cannot control their own hand while spending, that person is someone who's going to destroy their own financial situation and going to destroy their future. And now there's a lot of stats on this in regards to the amount of debt that we hold right now in North American societies. We're talking about 1.7, which means for every $1 that you have $1.70 of loan. That's not normal. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down even from an Islamic perspective, and then also go into details of what I do to kind of keep myself away from splurging or spending unnecessarily. Obviously, do not be cheap. Do not be someone who's not spending ever. Being very stringent on your finances to not spend ever is not also good. But also, do not go out and do things and spend money on things that you don't really need, right? So, from Islamic perspective, you have to understand loans and debt and spending is supposed to be done within the realms of what your needs are, what your even some luxuries are fine, but you do not go into the concept of debt, like to the point that even sometimes your own needs were kind of shunned for making sure that you don't go into debt, because debt was something that was looked down upon, because debt destroys your family system, destroys homes, it destroys a lot of this the future movement that a family could do. If you don't have the means to do something, most likely don't do it. Now, there are some things in today's generation that some people will be like, oh man, we really need to pick up a loan to do XYZ. Um, and so then you can pick up that loan and do that. Now, there's very few things like that. Now, I'm talking about bare necessity, or you're really in a dire situation to do that. If you're going to say you're going to pick up a loan to buy a car, that's a big fat no-no, because there's no point of doing that. You can save $3,000, $4,000 and buy a normal car, a small car that gets you from A to B. You don't need a luxury car, or you don't need even a 0 meter Honda or Hyundai to for you to fill your needs. When you make up to that point where you can spend 30K easily and have an extra $600 on maintenance a month or something like that, then you go for those cars. Okay, then you can go for buying it outright and driving your car. If you're going to pick up loan on a car which is for your basic needs, that's a big fat no, because and not just car. I even talk about many different things, right? A lot of people use credit cards to pick up technology, laptops, or pick up toys like various people like PS4, PS5 games, whatever it is. It's just absolutely crazy, because you are using somebody else's money for your momentarily ease, momentarily happiness, and in the long run, you could be potentially having a difficult time on your finances. Think about it like this: you have the money right now, or you think you're going to get the money in 6 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 weeks. You're going to get your payment and then your salary, and then you can pay this thing back. But what if other costs accrue up, and unwanted costs just come up later on in the future? Then you're kind of stuck. Then you're going to be paying interest on that and whatnot. So debt as a whole, it's looked down upon, but it can be used for very specific requirements and needs. But if you don't have the money, try to live within your means. And If you are the one giving the debt, then be someone who can be a little bit more in line with how the sunnah of the concept of giving debt is, right? You're doing it as a form of not making a business out of it, but as a form of helping somebody. Anywho, so the concept of not splurging. How do I do it? So these are 5 techniques which I think can help people. If you can make this into a habit, you can kind of solve a lot of your problems. Okay, so let's go with step number, like one of the things that I do. 1 second, just for everybody, for the channel. You gotta like, come on, you gotta share, you gotta subscribe. You've been watching these videos, you gotta do all this stuff. I'm teaching you how to make that mashallah money. Inshallah, you make that mashallah money. All right, concept number 1. Use the 30-day rule. Now, 30-day rule is very simple. You think about something that you want to buy today. If you still want it after 30 days, then it's something that you should maybe look into buying. Now, make sure that it's still not something that is above your living, quality. For example, if you think about a car every single day, or you think about PS5 every single day, but you can only afford $100 of expenditure after 1 month, then do not be going for something like this. Save enough money that you can easily buy the PS5 or whatever it is, and pay whatever is the amounts for the games. So be someone who's smart. Understand the concepts of what is needed and what is just a momentarily infatuated product that you want, right? So uh, use the 30 days method. If today you want it, do 30, look at it after 30 days. And if you still want it, then see if there's a way that you can get it in a way that it doesn't hurt your bank. Number 2 is something that is one of the most motivational things for me, is keeping my eye on the goal. And what I mean by this is that I know what I want to be in the next 1 year, 3 years, and inshallah 5 years. May Allah make it easy for all of us, and we all achieve these goals. I have a very clear cut goal in mind where I want to be, or around the area where I want to be, society wise, financially wise, mentally wise, deen wise, all those wise, wise.
I need names. I need evidence.
I keep my goal as a vision, right? If I see something that I want to get and I feel like that's going to be a hurdle for me to achieve that goal within the X years, then I know that it's not big enough or it's not important enough for me to get that right now, right? I like there's something that I like to splurge on, is like suits. Eh, and sometimes some custom suits are very expensive. Now, those things can wait until, inshallah, the right time comes. Um, they're not important right now because I don't need them to go to meetings, attend meetings, lead my whatever job, or whatever I'm engaged with. Um, the suits that I have so far are perfectly fine. So I'm not gonna go out there splurge on these things because I know in 5 years my goal is something else, and I focus on that. All right, number 3. Now this is something that really helps with people who don't have control over themselves, and have a difficult time controlling themselves. Lock in your savings. Now, what I mean by that is look into different institutions like banks and stuff that allow you to lock in savings. Lock in those savings, and if they have riba on it, just ask them, I want an interest-free savings account, or stuff like that. Or B, do what I do, put it into an investment which is still liquid, to be honest, but mentally I put it into a stock that I genuinely believe in 3 years or 5 years will be somewhere that a lot more than what that money is worth, at least a lot more than the inflation rate, right? And so that way I have an emergency fund, or I just have a fund that's a savings account. It's locked there. And sometimes, honestly, you can do that by buying either commodities like gold or silver, or see, you can just give it to someone who you really really trust, and be like, listen buddy, I'm giving this to you. Just save it somewhere because I don't have control over myself. And there's a lot of people like this. And so, what they do is just put into such certain investments or certain commodity, or give it to somebody that they can trust that will hold their funds for them in the meantime. But the best thing would be to put it into a risk-free asset or risk-free investment, and that way you can lock in your funds. And whenever you do truly need it, you can take it out within the next 3 years or 5 years, whatever your goal is. So you're not using the extra money to go buy something that you're not gonna, you really don't need, right? You don't need to eat food out every single day. Trust me, you don't need to do that, especially if you're not someone who's making a, 6-figure salary that's working 16 hours a day. You don't need to go out and eat every single day. You don't need to order out learn to cook at home. You can meal prepping with 4 hours on a Sunday. You pretty much meal prep for the entire week, and snacks in between. You're pretty set. You'll save a lot of money that way. Whatever you want, at some point it's gonna be on sale, or you can buy it on used. Usually, if you go on classified ads websites, you can find things that are exactly what you needed but used, and they're probably less than half the cost. And majority of the times, it's still in good condition. You can still use it, and there's nothing wrong with it. Going back to the concept that whatever you want will be on sale at some point, unless if it's something that's an asset class like a house that's not going to be on sale like that. Obviously, the market will go down, but it won't go down as much. So you have to be prepared to jump into those opportunities when they are a little bit cheaper for asset classes like that. But if you're thinking about things like a laptop or something like a clothing or something, there's more than enough options out there, and there's more than enough times when they're on sale that you can buy those. So the whole thing what I'm trying to get to for this entire video is that understand your finances and understand how you behave with your finances and be smart with them. Like there is one that there's a very simple solution to making money in the sense of holding and keeping money. Increase your revenue, decrease your cost. When you're not splurging, you're decreasing your cost, and increasing your revenue is when you bring in new income coming in. You do both of these things, you will be able to increase that pool of funds and retire early, invest into passive income methods so then you can retire early or do something that you like. There's so many of us who are fed up of our jobs and stuff like that, but none of us take actions. And I'm out here trying to tell you there is a solution. You can take actions and you can make that mashallah money the proper way, and you can save your mashallah money to push it forward. I hope you guys like this video. Just a quick video in regards to saving money, because there's a lot of us who just don't understand the basics of saving money, because you're not. So if you're not saving money, it's your money. Save your money. I hope you guys like this video. Take care of yourself. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or specifics in regards to this. What are you doing to save your money? And yeah, check out my other social media. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. Do subscribe, like, share, hit that bell icon for notifications. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content. I'll be uploading more stuff in all of these social media websites. Thanks. Take care. Salam.